As you guys can tell by the title, MrBeast is in some shit once again, chat, and y'all know it's gonna be me to let you guys know about it, man. So we're gonna get right into it, chat. Let's take a look.
Do you want a free cookie?
Thank you so much.
It was MrBeast. Invited me over his house and gambled away all of my Bitcoin. The rabbit hole goes much deeper, and I'm talking to you right now, Jimmy, only you for what you did to me.
So let's talk about what happened, chat. We got this small creator called Milad who made a video, and he claims that this big creator scammed him for his whole Bitcoin portfolio.
When I first started out on YouTube, I had another YouTuber reach out to me to collab, and I'll never forget this for the rest of my life.
So basically, he's telling the story about the collab he had with the big YouTuber. After the collab, he was invited over to the big YouTuber's house just to chill and hang out. Suddenly, some gambling got brought up in the conversation, and we all know what that leads to: money being spent.
They invited me over to their house after our collab, and we had a great time, but somehow the conversation of gambling came up.
Milad admits that he didn't gamble much, that he was just trying to be down. You know, you in the house of your favorite YouTuber, of course you're gonna do whatever he say, right, chat?
This person loved to gamble, and even though I'm not a huge gambler, I wanted to because I thought it would be fun.
So he set himself a limit of like $200 because he's a small creator. Remember, guys, he just started YouTube about 2 months ago, so he really doesn't have any money. So he set the limit of $200 to gamble with, just to be down with this big creator.
So they asked me how much I wanted to gamble, and I recommended that we gamble maybe $200 because, well, I'm not trying to lose a lot of money. And keep in mind, this was literally 2 months into YouTube, and before this, I had never made money in my life. This person literally laughed at me.
But when he told the big creator about this $200 limit they had, the big YouTuber just laughed in his face and said, bro, how much you got in your Bitcoin account?
Asked me how much I had in my Coinbase account because they knew I'm a Bitcoin guy. I had 0.57 Bitcoin in there, which at the time was around $21,000.
This is signs to me that this big YouTuber already been doing this to other creators, and his first go-to was like, you ain't got no cash, but how much you got in your Bitcoin? That's a red flag, chat.
They told me to send all of it and that they would pay me back. Now, normally I would never in a million years ever agree to this, but I really trusted this person, and he was a massive creator, so I agreed and sent the money.
So Milad goes and explains to this big YouTuber that I only have $21,000 in Bitcoin, which at the time was like 0.5 of Bitcoin, so half a Bitcoin. The big YouTuber told Milad that if he loses his money, he's gonna pay him back, no worries. And of course, Milad is gonna give him the money. This is his favorite YouTuber. He trusts him. He really feels like this YouTuber has some money to pay him back, so he's not too worried about it. Plus, he trusts the guy, right? He just did a collab with him. Now he invited him over to his house. What can go wrong?
I'm not even kidding. Within 5 minutes, they gambled away all of my money, but I was completely okay with it because I was like, I'm gonna get this money back.
The sad part is, if Milad would have held on to that Bitcoin, that half of Bitcoin right now, today would be worth more over than $100,000, chat. Guess what? Within minutes, chat, this big YouTuber loses Milad's $21,000 in less than 4 minutes, chat, in gambling. He loses his whole life savings of Bitcoin. This big YouTuber promised to pay him back, but then ghosted him right after.
So I go back home and I reach out for my Bitcoin. The first time, no response. The second time, no response. I reached out about 5 more times before I realized, oh, I just got completely bamboozled.
Like, imagine sending someone your life savings and it disappears in 5 minutes, chat. Disrespectful. At first, Milad didn't even name the big YouTuber that swindled him, but then after posting that first video and actually reading the comments and seeing how many people that could possibly have been done to, he decided to have some good morals and actually announce the person's name.
Yesterday, I told a story about how when I was 2 months into YouTube, I had a big YouTuber collab with me that invited me over his house and gambled away all of my Bitcoin, promising that he would pay me back, but he didn't. Now, I had zero intention of name dropping this person, but I now believe I have an obligation to keep this dude accountable because if he did this to me, he's probably done it to many others.
People in the comments were saying that it was his responsibility to help the other future creators that can also possibly get scammed by this big creator. So in the follow-up, Milad reveals it was MrBeast.
It was MrBeast.
And that's not a shocking surprise to me. Probably to you guys in the comments that love MrBeast, but not to me. I could see right through, homie. The biggest YouTuber in the world just got accused of gambling a supporter or a fan's money away. And not only just a little bit of money, this kid's life savings in Bitcoin gambled away in less than 4 minutes. The biggest YouTuber in the world. It started back in 2021 when MrBeast and Milad joined up together to collab and actually provide 50,000 baked cookies to the homeless and, you know, unfortunate people that's in the world. A part of MrBeast Philanthropy YouTube page, which I also can tell you guys. I feel, remember, this is all opinionated, but I also feel like all that shit's a scam too, chat. Money laundering, ways to clean up the money.
Wait, but this food drive's a little different because this TikToker right here, Milad, for whatever reason, felt compelled to bake 50,000 cookies and donate it to Beast Philanthropy.
Milad claimed that he spent about $10,000 in ingredients just to make these $50,000 baked cookies for the homeless. He also had to pay for his own flight to North Carolina where the video was being made at. And he spent 4 days baking these cookies non-stop, chat, just to collab with the world's greatest YouTuber, MrBeast.
He invited me over his house after I spent 4 days straight in a kitchen making 50,000 cookies for his charity, bought tickets to fly out to North Carolina, and spent $10,000 of my own money on said cookies for his charity. And then he told me to send him all the Bitcoin in my Coinbase account and gamble it away in under 4 minutes.
Milad not only made those videos, he also showed proof. He showed proof of the transaction of the Bitcoin, $21,000 in Bitcoin, leaving his Coinbase account and being transferred to someone else's account. He also says there's witnesses, but unfortunately, they're all MrBeast's friends. So no one's going to come out and expose MrBeast because they're all yes men.
There were many witnesses, and this is the transaction. You got to love the blockchain. It doesn't miss a thing.
The internet even actually looked into this picture of the Coinbase transaction and seen and actually witnessed that this transaction was in May 2021, right a month before the collab even happened between him and MrBeast. Later on, Milad decided to delete the video, and he went on Twitter and said everything was just a misunderstanding. From what I'm seeing, he also stated in the video that he's scared, and he's mainly scared of MrBeast's money.
I need you guys to understand the position I've just put myself into. I essentially am going against an audience of 1 billion people, and many people will be coming after me and trying to tear down what I've built because I now decide to choose to tell my truth. They'll call me a liar, they'll call me a clout chaser, they'll do anything to discredit my truth, but I don't care. If something's scary but it needs to be done, you need to do it scared. And right now, honestly, as I speak these words, I'm pretty terrified. I'm not scared of you, Jimmy. I'm scared of your money, and I'm sure there's many other victims terrified to tell their story about this guy too, but I empower you to do so. Now, this part of the video is for you, Jim. I know you're watching. You're probably really mad, but Jimmy, this is exactly what you told me to do, remember? You looked me dead in the eyes as you gambled away my Bitcoin and told me that this should be the content I make, and well, here we are.
And that's probably what happened, which led to Milad deleting that video. MrBeast is a powerful man. Lord knows what happened. Maybe some lawyers got involved. Maybe they settled under the table quietly. Who knows, chat?
I don't want my money back. I don't want an apology. I want you to know that what you did isn't right, and I want you to really think about what you did to me. If there's any others you may have done wrong, I ask you to repay those people in silence. I don't want you to text me. I don't want you to address this. You might even want to send me a defamation case. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want. You're your own man.
Or maybe the story wasn't just what it seemed. Maybe Milad was just clout chasing, you know what I mean? I'm out here making the videos and just providing my opinions from what I see, chat. None of what I'm saying could be true. One day is betrayal, the next day is a misunderstanding. Like, what really happened, chat? And I'm pretty sure you guys clicked on the video because you saw MrBeast getting exposed once again. Yet again, I like to pull out the disclaimer that these are all opinion-based statements, and nothing I'm saying are actual facts. Just keep that in mind, chat. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe. I'm dropping videos every single week. Make sure you hit that like button and comment what you think, chat. Do you think MrBeast is some fraud or MrBeast is actually a good guy, man? You guys let me know. On my last video, you guys had a lot of defending for MrBeast. Let's see what you guys say now.
But I'm talking to you right now, Jimmy. Only you for what you did to me.